Hey, what's up, and welcome to this very first edition of Storyteller Tuesday. In addition to my normal Thursday videos about the latest trends of social media, Instagram growth tips, young entrepreneurship advice, and storytelling coaching, here on this channel on Tuesdays, I will be releasing videos just like this one where I am doing storytelling itself. So today's story, I'm gonna get things started with what you're probably already wondering, which is, where's my tooth? Why don't I have a tooth? Why do I have this big gap in my mouth all of a sudden? How did it happen, and how did we get here today? So let's hop right into it. This actually happened last Friday at my football workout. We were ending our workout with this crazy, intense, competitive, creative competition. It was super fun. One of our players actually designed the entire event, and it was a combination of a bunch of crazy, unique obstacle courses and relay races. It was super duper fun. And we were broken into teams. I volunteered to do the very last leg of the very last event. The very last event of our competition was a 4x100 meter relay. If you know anything about track, basically what a 4x100 meter relay is teams of 4 compete running in 100 meter increments for 1 lap around the track. But ours had a unique twist on it, and that was, instead of sprinting around the track, we were going to be sitting on a wheelie board and rowing ourselves with a PVC pipe. I volunteered to do the very last leg because I figured, heck, I'm from Southern California, I gotta be good at paddleboarding. Come on, let's just try it. I'm sure I'm gonna be able to bring this one home and win it for my team. So we get to my leg, the very last leg of the event. The entire competition had been going on for about 15 or 20 minutes by now, and my team was somewhere around 3rd or 4th place. And we desperately wanted to win. I don't even think there was a prize or a reward involved, but pride was a prize enough. So here I go. I grab the PVC pipe, I hop my knees on that wheelie board, and I start rowing. Like I said, we were in about 4th place when I got the PVC pipe and started rowing. And by the time I was almost at the end, about 10 meters left till the finish, I had caught up and I was in 2nd. Now the leader was only about 5 meters ahead of me, and the leader was actually the player, the teammate of mine, who had designed this entire competition. So it was a little bit personal. I was rowing as hard as I possibly could, and I could tell I was picking up speed. All of my teammates were around me, cheering me on, going absolutely wild. And finally, I started to pass him, and right as I passed him, he dove out, trying to knock me off my wheelie board. I narrowly avoided him and crossed the finish line just feet away and winning the event for my entire team. Right as I crossed the finish line though, with one last pull and all of my teammates crowding around me, I accidentally slapped myself in the face with that PVC pipe. Filled with adrenaline, I took off running, celebrating with my teammates, sprinting down the track. Eventually, I cut onto the football field, slid on my knees like a soccer player after scoring a goal, and everyone dogpiled on top of me. A couple minutes later, my coach was speaking to us after the event had concluded, and I started to feel some pain around my lip. I thought, I probably just busted up my lip when I got hit in the face. My lip was a little bit puffy, but upon touching it, I realized my tooth was wiggly. And see, usually if you're 7 years old, that's no big deal. But I'm not 7 years old, I'm 21 years old. So a wiggly adult tooth is not something that I was very excited about. I started calling a bunch of dentists. No one could see me until after the weekend because, again, this had taken place on a Friday, so no one could see me until Monday. So on Monday morning, I went into a local Davis dentist. They did an x-ray and they told me, yup, your tooth is fractured. I said, all right, my tooth is fractured. What does that mean? Does that mean, I gotta put some glue on it? Maybe that means they're gonna yank it out and I'll just get a new tooth. Like, what's gonna happen next? And they explained to me that, yes, your tooth is gonna have to be yanked out. We're gonna have to send you in for surgery as soon as possible because I couldn't really chew or talk or close my mouth or do anything related to this region because of my tooth. The next morning, I drove down to San Francisco, I had the tooth extracted, and it looks like I'm gonna be toothless for about the next 8 months. And I was pretty funny when I was coming out of the sedation from having the tooth pulled. Here's a video of what that looked like.
I only got no tooth. Can't feel nothing. Michael Strahan. It's just puffy. I can't feel it, but it's like there's hair here. The dentist told me I'm not supposed to look at it. Like, excuse me? How am I not supposed to look at it? Maybe it's like when you're like on like a tall thing and they're like, don't look down.
One thing that I've been consistently telling myself, and actually one of the very first things I said when I realized that my tooth was wiggly, was, man, this is going to make one heck of a story. That doesn't mean that it's all going to work out, or that it's all going to be perfect, or that everything is going to be for the best, or even that I'm going to find the best in every situation, but rather that every story, every situation can be used to help someone else. So hopefully my loose tooth and my new funky hockey player look can inspire you to go live on Facebook, or record some video for your YouTube channel, or start sharing more direct-to-camera videos on your Instagram. Hopefully you can realize that it doesn't matter if you're perfect. Someone needs to hear your story. And until next time, happy networking and keep storytelling.